Good evening, America. Holy shit, look at the fucking time. Damn, how long was I fucking bullshitting?
Like half an hour?
Damn. Wow. Thank you for coming, Marcos. It's always a pleasure having you here. You're telling me that you're going to jump to Team Apple?
Yes. I've been with Android since I've had smartphones, since 2010, when they became kind of big. And so I feel like it's time to give them a chance.
It only took you, 13 years? Some shit like that?
Yeah, 2010, 2023. That is 13 years, I believe.
I was telling Matthew about this, actually. I was using an iPad.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I guess it's an app that comes already pre-installed in the iPad. It's like a paint app or some shit. Like, I think it's called Sketch School. And I was using it. And someone offered me an Apple Pencil or whatever. I don't know what you call them.
Those, stylus.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that writing utensil. And I started using it to do my sketch, whatever you want to call it, my little art project.
Sure.
And I was like, holy shit. Is this what an Apple product feels like? I was so amazed. It felt so nice. I was like, God damn, all right, maybe I had you guys misunderstood.
Well, they're notorious for being more expensive, but people say they're also... Well, Matthew definitely is a diehard Apple fan. He says, I can't do Android. It doesn't feel right. So, who knows? They make good stuff. They make good products.
I mean, I like that. What did you call it? Stylist? And I like that.
The drawing app.
The drawing app coupled with the stylist. That should sold me. But shit, Marcos, how you been? I haven't seen you since our buddy got in a car crash.
When was that? Was that February?
That was early March.
Early March?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been quite a while. Shit. That car crash was worse for me.
Poor Matthew. I feel bad for him. That's just he's gotten into quite a couple of crashes, but I've gotten into a few too, but I don't think as many as he has.
Yeah, what happened to you? Didn't you crash into a divider or some shit?
That was, 2015. I was speeding in heavy rainfall like an idiot.
Oh, yeah,
but thankfully I didn't crash with any other cars or anything. It was just me being a dumbass.
Yeah, I remember you used to drive fucking wild back then. I mean, you still do, but not as much. But
no, I've had to learn the hard way.
Damn. Yeah, I like to fucking just keep it safe, slow and steady, because I'm like...
Yeah, that's for the best. Just, you don't want to deal with problems.
Yeah, because...
It's not worth the adrenaline.
Not worth taking the bus or Ubers for a fucking month like Matthew did afterwards and shit.
Ouch.
Check this out, Marcos. I got my fucking Ghost right here. Look at that shit. 0 sugar, but that shit fucking wakes you up.
I had an uncle... energy drinks scare me a little bit.
Why?
I had an uncle that would drink one every morning, and he died at 45. So I don't know. I don't know if there's a correlation or anything, but I've heard other people say not to fuck with energy drinks either.
You should tell that to Matthew. He drinks this fucking Celsius every fucking morning.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good, man.
For Matthew to know, his fucking heart is already struggling.
Why? Does he get winded or something?
Yeah, he looks like he gets fucking winded.
That's funny.
Yeah, I try to limit the energy drinks, not because I worry about my heart, Marcos, but just because of my teeth. I saw this fucking little article on Snapchat about some guy. I guess I shouldn't be that worried because this motherfucker would drink 3 daily or some shit to help him with his academics. And I only drink maybe now an energy drink maybe rarely. I don't really use them anymore just because I got caffeine pills now. So which is a completely different story. But I mean, the reason I stopped taking as many energy drinks was because one, I found out that caffeine pills exist, and two, I was like, God damn, it probably has a lot of sugar, and it's probably like fucking up my teeth and everything. And that's the only thing that scares me, like having to go to the fucking dentist and them telling me, all right, buddy, we're gonna have to fucking, remove this tooth.
Well, that one says 0 calories. So it probably has
It says
artificial sweetener.
Zero sugar per can.
But people say artificial sweetener is bad too. Like, it's hard to know what to fucking believe with certainty. But yeah, I think staying away from them is probably a good call.
I mean, I only drank the Ghost today because I was... Honestly, I don't even know why I drank it. I think I just had a feeling that I was going to be really fucking tired, and I was. So I was like, fuck, I need something stronger than caffeine pills. Because I'm already, like, popping fucking, like, 3 of those shits a day. On hard days. You know my hard days. Like, yesterday was a hard day. And, yeah, I was like, I'm building up too much tolerance for caffeine because of these fucking pills. But, like, a Ghost still does it for me. Like, I'll drink like half a Ghost and I'll fucking, I'll be ready. Be ready for anything, Marcos.
How long have you been on the graveyard shift? Night shift?
Fuck. They always ask me this question, and I always think to myself, like, God damn, this is like the fucking 5th time I get asked this shit. I need to really come up with an accurate answer.
Is it? Well, does your schedule vary a lot?
No, it's fixed already. Like, people know, like,
So a good while.
Yeah, but I want to say like 2 years now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm still fucking with you, huh?
No, I mean, it only fucks with me because, like, I got other stuff to do after that job, and then I got other shit to do after what I do from those shits that I'm doing. But other than that, like, I'm pretty well adjusted now. Like, since since the car crash, I think, like, I've just been fucking. I found that dog in me, Marcos. That dog.
A dog?
That dog that I wrote to my professor about.
What kind of dog? Golden Retriever?
A boxer dog, Marcos. That has a knack for human flesh. No, I'm just joking.
I think that's a werewolf.
Fucking werewolves ain't got shit on me.
Well, this is like, this is about 1 month of me being working night shift, and I'm barely getting used to it.
I hear it takes people a while. Like, I feel like I was alright just because I don't sleep in general. But yeah, I fucking.
How many hours of sleep do you get a day?
Now I've been trying to, like, up that dosage. I've been trying to at least get 7. So I try to go to sleep earlier, but it still fucks me up because I hit the gym to, like, work out at like 4:30 in the morning. So that, like, interrupts with at least 7 hours of sleep. So I'll get, like, maybe like 6 if I'm lucky.
6 a day.
Yeah, if I didn't go to the gym, then I would get, like, the full.
That's not horrible.
It is for me, man. I want more sleep.
Yeah.
Man. But
I think the ideal is 8, right?
I would prefer 8, but I'm satisfied with 7. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, I don't know. I don't want to stop going to the gym, Marcos, because I've been fucking hitting that shit pretty hard. And you should see. Have you ever seen The Batman?
The Batman?
Yeah, with Robert Pattinson.
Or was that the 1980 something?
No. The most recent one with the guy from Twilight.
Oh, the one with the Nirvana song?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to watch it with Matthew.
I don't know if you remember, but there's this scene where fucking Robert Pattinson is, like, shirtless, and you get a good view of his back, and he puts on a shirt.
Is that the Riddler? The Riddler?
When he's up against the Riddler, yeah. No, Robert Pattinson is Batman.
Batman, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's what I was asking.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember that scene where he's putting
I don't remember.
Okay, well, there's a scene where he's putting on his shirt, and you just see his fucking back is all jacked and shit.
Jacked.
That's what I look like, Marcos. I've been fucking hitting pull-ups every day and
Your
shit.
back?
Yeah, fucking feel this shit, Marcos. Feel
Okay.
like that shit, huh? Right? Matthew felt that shit too. He was like, oh shit. That's right, bitch. You don't fucking do no pull-ups. You don't know nothing about no pull-ups.
How many can you do in a row?
In a row? I don't know. Like, what I usually do, just to like challenge myself a bit. Like, I grab on, right? Jump on the bar, fucking go up, hold it for 5 seconds, go down, come back up, hold it for 5 seconds, and just keep going like that.
Gotcha.
And on like a good day when I actually have like, I guess, energy, I could do 7 reps of those. I let go, maybe like take a rest for like a minute, maybe 2, then jump back up, and then I'll do like 7 normal pull-ups, and I go all the way down, Marcos. Like, I'm fucking strict with my form there. Come back down after 7, take a minute or 2 rest, then jump back up, and then do those up, hold for 5 seconds, then go down.
So you've been consistent.
I've been consistent, Marcos.
I have not been consistent. Like, I'll go for a week, go, and then not go for like a whole week, go back for a week, not go for a week. I need to like go like every week.
What time do you go? I know you don't.
Sometimes at night, sometimes in the day, sometimes at morning.
Yeah, it's probably why, Marcos.
I don't have like I don't have
a schedule.
I don't have a rhythm.
That's what I found helped me the most. Like, I'll put my alarm like at fucking 4:30 in the morning and shit. Once I hear that shit, I'm just like, well, first of all, I'm annoyed as fuck because I hate my alarm. And I fucking get up. I make sure to put my alarm far away from my bed, so I gotta get up and turn it off.
So you wake up. Sometimes you turn that shit off.
Yeah, like you don't even fucking know, right? You just fucking turn it off, and you're like, what the fuck? Why didn't my alarm go off? So I get up, I turn it off, and then I have caffeine pills and my water bottle waiting for me. And I don't even think about it. Like, I know, like, the fucking little voice in my head is just telling me, like, go back to bed. Go back to bed.
So you come home and then go to the gym? You don't. I thought you would go like right after work.
No. It's too packed in like the daytime. I ran into you remember Brian?
Yeah, of course.
He goes to the gym around like 2 p.m. and I ran into him one time because I went around 3, and I was like, oh shit, like, when'd you get here? He's like, oh, I've been here since like 2, and I was like, what the fuck? Why? He's like, oh, that shit's empty at 2. That shit is not empty at 2. His definition of empty and my definition of empty are way fucking different. So, yeah.
Well, I've never been to Planet Fitness, but I know at 24 hours, like the worst time to go, I think it's like a little after 5. Because I guess that's like when everyone gets off work and goes there. Like 7, 8. It's always packed, always. So, yeah, the answer is it varies. Sometimes I like going at night. I don't know why, but it's kind of... I haven't been able to do it consistently.
Yeah, you just gotta not think about it, Marcos. Like,
you just do it, and you just keep doing it.
Yeah, don't give yourself.
And like eventually, it becomes easier as you do it more and more. For me, it does, anyways. Like the first few days are always the hardest. I guess it varies. Sometimes you get motivated, right? And it's like it's easy to go when you get motivated.
I guess, yeah.
But for me, it's hard. Like the first 3 days to do it consistently.
Yeah, that's usually the difficult part, just starting and then like being consistent with it. Because there's days there when I go and I'm just like, I don't want to fucking be here. Like, I just feel like I feel like weak. I feel like I'm doing everything sloppy. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, God damn, dude, like my nose is stuffy. I didn't brush my teeth before I came. Yeah. Like, I just come up with like every fucking excuse.
True.
Yeah, so I'm just like, now I bring gum everywhere I go. And where is it?
Gum?
Yeah, I bring gum.
Oh, for your breath.
Well, I like chewing gum too, but yeah, like in case for whatever reason, like I don't have time to brush my teeth before the gym, I'll just fucking take some gum with me. And I don't know, I feel like it helps me. It's something that helps me mentally be at the gym when I don't want to be at the gym.
Cool.
But what about you, Marcos? What else have you been doing?
Mostly just working. That's life, right? Work, death, and taxes or something. I don't know if that's in the. But yeah, I don't really go out these days. It's just
You should get a gym membership, a second gym membership.
a second gym membership. I think I'm good with the one. It's like it's not cheap.
What do you have?
Nothing's cheap these days. Like everything's
Planet Fitness is
that inflation. How much is it?
$10 a month.
$10 a month.
I mean, that's how they get you, but like to actually sign up with that membership, I think now it's like $42.
A month?
No, $42 just to like begin the enrollment.
Oh, it's like
and then
a one thing payment.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then $10 a month.
So like today, yeah. So
not really $10 a month.
Well, in the first month for sure is not going to be $10 a month. The second month will be $10 a month, unless for some reason, I don't know, they fuck you over.
What's that come out to? 120.
I did the math because they always try to get people to buy the Black Card membership, and like for the Black Card, you don't pay that $42 initiation fee. It's just like $1. But now I think it comes out to like fucking $6 or some shit. So they try to say like, oh, look, you don't want to pay $42. Just pay $1. Look. So I was like, I wonder if this actually gets people. And yeah, it gets a lot of people. Like they don't do the math. So I decided to do the math. And it takes like...
I think that's the principle that casinos rely on, right? People don't do the math. And that's how they...
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. I did it once and I was like, damn, you guys are getting fucking ripped off. Especially considering that most of these people don't even like go consistently, if ever. So I'm like, you're just fucking paying all this money every month and shit for like essentially nothing. Just so you could say you have a gym membership, I guess. Let me take a drink real quick. You know what? No, I'll just drink some of this Ghost. You were saying about no whiskey earlier?
No whiskey today, guys. No. Just water and some Ghost.
Yeah, I
mean, it's not... I'm not complaining. I just... I don't know,
it definitely sounds like you're complaining. Earlier, you're like, you sure? You sure you don't want to get alcohol? Yeah, I was thinking about it, Marcos, and I was like, fuck, like, I mean, you were here back then in the earlier podcast when we would just fucking get bottles and beer and just get fucked up. Then we'd end up outside of the fucking in the field just boxing and shit.
I think we did that once, maybe.
Well, yeah, with you, but I did that with like my coworkers.
Yeah, you guys would box.
Yeah,
get buzzed and go hit the
leather,
hit the face. Oh, that's cool. Sounds like good times.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, but I don't want to get that drunk again, you know. Plus, I feel like that would always cause episodes to get fucked up. Like when I would bring in some of my coworkers, sometimes they'd get too fucking drunk and they'd talk about like killing people. So I'm like, God damn it, dude, I gotta fucking wake up like fucking 5 hours from now and edit all this shit out. And then like, you know, sometimes it would be so bad that I'd be like, okay, I can't edit all of this. Like, all right, we gotta redo the fucking episode because, you know.
Why do your coworkers want to kill people?
You know, I don't know. I guess
back in
my Fortune 500 company days. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
They hated working there.
Hated working. Yeah, oh, fuck, Marcos. I think about that sometimes. Like, I remember sometimes I would park and I wouldn't even look. I'd be walking to the fucking entrance, right? And I'd be in the parking lot. I wouldn't even look if there's a car coming because I just did not want to be there that bad. Like, I know it wasn't going to kill me or anything. I just fucking wanted it to hit me so I could be like, oh, I gotta go home. I'm hurt, guys. That's how fucking bad it would get.
Damn. Well, yeah, I work in the service industry too. I know it's rough.
Right? Like, I don't think people understand that. Like, if you haven't worked fucking fast food and shit, it's like, It's
It wears you down.
it's fucking soul draining. Shit, you're just like, God damn, just someone come in and rob the place, man. Someone come in and throw a fucking dead raccoon in the kitchen and shit. Shut this shit down. Yeah, so
Okay, so I guess I can kind of understand why they would want to kill someone. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
And yeah, I don't know. I felt like maybe there is a place for alcohol in the podcast.
I mean, is it against the YouTube
No,
terms of service to say you want to? Not that you're gonna do it, just to say you want to.
Oh, that.
Because I think everyone wants to.
I mean, shit. I'm pretty sure we had a lot of topics in the podcast back then that were against the terms of service. So,
well, I think they've gotten like really strict. I think like I don't know if it's you, but YouTube just feels kind of stale recently. Like people are not like allowed to talk about almost anything. Like everything gets demonetized these days.
yeah, I've been hearing a lot of people getting demonetized, but like these people have an audience.
Not like we're getting like we're raking in that YouTube money.
Soon, Marcos, soon. The night is still young. Yeah, you like that, huh?
Oh yeah, it's 8:30, 8:23.
Nah, that's not what I meant.
It is young. You mean alcohol? You mean whiskey? Is that what you meant?
God damn, you really wanted fucking whiskey, didn't you? I was thinking about getting some just because I was like, I feel like Marcos is gonna want fucking whiskey.
What do you mean then? What do you mean the night is young?
I heard Lex Friedman say it, and I wanted to repeat it.
Well, it just means it's early.
No, it's just fucking. I'm pretty sure he means like, oh, like don't fucking count all your eggs in one basket or some shit like that.
The night is young?
Yeah, the night is still young. Like,
no, it literally means it's early. Like it means there's still stuff to do.
I'm pretty sure that's not what he meant. I'm pretty sure it's supposed
a different
to be like,
context.
Yeah, like some Russian fucking idiom or whatever. But yeah, I was gonna get alcohol, but then like
next time.
well, here's the thing. I don't even know if we should do alcohol because I'm like, damn, fucking. I've had. Oh, this is my third episode now, and we've had no alcohol, and I feel like we've done a pretty good job. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't know. I feel like the first episode was better just because it was kind of like a therapy session for Van Dyke, and I feel like a lot of people probably resonated with that. And then the second episode kind of just like went way, what's the expression, out on left field. It wasn't really anything as the first episode was. But then I was thinking like, oh, you know what? I always have good conversations, like deep philosophical conversations with Marcos when he comes on. But again, alcohol is usually involved. So I'm like, maybe there is a place for alcohol if it's controlled and if it's with like the right guest.
I feel that it can definitely smoothen things out. At least for me, in terms of like talking. I mean, that's why I guess they serve it at bars, no? That's why I guess bars is like a conventional place to like meet people because it's sort of like a social, what do they call it? A social lubricant, whatever they call it.
That liquid courage shit makes you I know what you're fucking referring to, but yeah, it's escaping me right now. I need a drink, I guess.
It gets the juices flowing.
Yeah. That was originally the reason I had it, because I realized like a lot of the fucking people I was having on, they're only brave inside the car. Marcos, like they couldn't really talk when you bring out the microphone. They were just very shy. So that's why I always encourage like, hey, all right, let's take some shots before we fucking start this shit. But then fucking a few shots before the podcast turns into a lot of shots before the podcast, and then more shots during the podcast, and probably more shots after the podcast.
The next thing you know,
we're out there boxing.
I want to pull a gun on my coworker or something.
And they'll say some shit like that, and then I'm like, God damn it, dude! Like, you already know, like the fucking.
Was it their coworkers? Was it other coworkers they had beef with, or was it like?
Yeah, everyone had beef with everyone.
Yeah.
I remember one of my coworkers was because it was pretty much just me and it was me and two other brothers. So it was three brothers in total. And one of my buddies, he was honestly he was probably in the wrong. He was probably trying to get this guy's girlfriend, and the boyfriend of the girl got mad and like I guess started talking shit. And the other brother found out, and he's like, "What? That boy thinks he could fuck with my boy. If he fucks with him, he's fucking with Team Caesar." And I was like, all right, yeah. Yeah, all right, yeah, let's go with that. So I was like, yeah, I like this. All right, cool. There's what's the word, Marcos? A camaraderie that
Yeah.
comes with, coming on the podcast, being Team Caesar here, which is actually the name of my shoot channel, but, we could use it synonymously with this channel too, I suppose, for this purpose in this moment. But how did I get to this topic?
Alcohol?
Yeah, I feel like alcohol would definitely enhance some conversations. I always, every time you come on, I always think in my head, I think back to this conversation that Joe Rogan had with this MMA fighter named Dan Hardy, which is one of the first like clips that I saw on YouTube of the Joe Rogan experience, where it kind of just seemed like, damn, that's a fucking, I hate to use this word to describe the setting, but it seemed like a very chill environment where they're just talking about, I think they were talking about ayahuasca, consciousness, and reality.
Funnily enough, one of the first clips I ever saw of Joe Rogan was also about drugs, but I think DMT. I think like back when he barely started, like way back, like 2012, 13, he liked to talk about DMT and the DMT entities. Like when you smoke that shit, like you'll like encounter like other types of consciousness in the universe. I always found that fascinating.
Well, I thought this was very fascinating too, Marcos. Like not just like the conversation itself, but just the video itself. Like it just had a dark environment. It almost seemed like a dream. Like it was a very dreamy setting, and I don't know. I was
Maybe we should turn off the lights here.
yeah. See, I was thinking that you remember I had a lava lamp. Like, well, the lava lamp. I don't know where the lava lamp is actually. I gotta find it. But yeah, I was thinking about getting a new one, but we should turn off the lights, but then I feel like it's too dark, So I'll figure something out. But yeah, that was the first Joe Rogan podcast clip that I saw, and I felt like I always felt we could replicate that type of setting with alcohol, because I know they're probably smoking weed. I'm not into that fucking communist shit, so. I would replicate it with like whiskey with you, right? And we would talk about. I know one time we talked for a good duration. We talked about ego. We talked about ego because it was bugging me that I was like, should I just let my ego win and should I just fuck this dude up over here? But yeah, I actually don't think you convinced me to do anything. I think I just decided not to at the end.
That's the kind of guy I am. I don't really try to push anyone in any direction, really. I just sort of. I guess that kind of pisses some people off because they say, oh, you're a fence sitter. Like, you don't choose a side for anything. But I feel like the fence, maybe it's not really a fence. Maybe it's like a bench. It's comfortable there.
Buddy bench.
I don't know. I guess the point I'm trying to say is, in terms of your ego, well, what is the ego? It's sort of like the sense of self. It's sort of like that sensation or that sort of need to like fulfill your desires at the cost of anything else. And I mean, you can't like completely get away from ego. It's a balance, because you can't like let people just walk all over you either.
I feel like this is the same thing you told me when we were talking about it.
It's what I'll always say.
And then you let me just rant on for like fucking 20 minutes.
As most of our conversations go. That's not. That's sort of the status quo.
I just fucking right. Well, see, imagine how bad it would be if there was alcohol involved. I'd be fucking talking.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I can get kind of into it. Sometimes too.
Yeah, you said some shit that I'm like, God damn, Marcos, you're gonna fucking get put on a list.
What did I say?
About a certain group of people.
Oh, that the tribe. The tribe.
But that was alcohol talking. Yeah, I want to believe.
I remember that one time we had sushi. We had like a bunch of sake. That was a good night for like Matthew's birthday, was it?
Was it first? I thought we just went there because...
No, it was his birthday. It was like the week of his birthday. I don't know if it was the exact day.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't. It wasn't the exact day, but yeah, I remember that. That was a nice spot. We should go back to that spot. Rock and roll sushi. I'm pretty sure
I got pretty buzzed, and you started like telling random people on the street all kinds of shit.
I remember I ate the sake, the full...
The wasabi.
What did I say?
Sake?
What sake?
Sake is the drink.
I had some of that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did I eat? I ate the wasabi, right?
The green stuff.
Yeah, that shit fucking tasted disgusting.
It like fucks up your nose. Like you feel it in your nose. Oh, I do anyways. I was surprised how well you took it.
Yeah, so was I, but then my stomach became upset.
You took it well though. Not most people could do that. Like you have a little bit and like it just burns the shit out of your nose. It's like a nasal, what's that? Like a sinus kind of burn.
I've been trying to breathe through my nose more often, but fuck, maybe something's wrong with like my sinuses or whatever. I feel like it's always clogged up. I'm trying to get into that habit of just strictly breathing through my nose. Because like I know at night when I go to sleep, like I'll mouth breathe, and it's probably why I fucking snore sometimes, from what I'm told. But yeah, I'm trying to fucking change that. Yeah, I think it just looks a lot cooler to breathe through your nose. Plus, I run breathing through my nose, so I'm like, why the fuck can I run breathing through my nose but not fucking walk and shit? You know, like it sounds like it should be vice versa. Like, oh, I struggle to breathe through my nose when I'm running, when it's easier for me to do that.
I don't know. I'm not really that self-aware of my breathing. I feel like I breathe mostly through my nose.
What about when you run? When we go running, what do you breathe with?
I try to do like I'll inhale with the nose and then exhale through the mouth. But if I'm like really like into like it's pretty. I'm not. This hasn't been the case in a long time. But if I'm really into something, then I'll breathe through my mouth. If I'm like really like, if I'm like finishing up like a 2-mile run, I'm like almost finished. I'll just like go all out. Sometimes, but yeah, they say it's like bad to breathe through your mouth too, because you get like bacteria. You're more likely to get bacteria from like the atmosphere or something. I don't know, man.
Sounds like a whole lot of fate. No, I'm gonna say it. I can get demonetized without
Sounds
even
like
being
what?
monetized. Let me take a drink, and then I'll say it. Did I tell you, Marcos, I graduated?
You did.
About time.
So, what was your final like degree or certification or what?
If I'm not mistaken, it's liberal studies.
The BA?
Yeah.
Bachelor's of Art?
Yeah.
Cool.
I took this class there that I don't even know. I think it was like recommended to me by I want to say the counselor, but I don't think that's what they're called. The advisor. There we go. The advisor. And it was like pretty much just about like creativity and whatnot. And I was like, God damn, like why every fucking, because we have to get this fucking a book, like literally a fucking book, like this, not a textbook, just a fucking book.
Novel?
I guess you could say that.
Or some kind of workbook?
I mean, it wasn't fiction or anything. It was just like some fucking computer scientist that was writing about AI and shit. So I thought that was really interesting because recently like I mentioned, I quoted Lex Friedman. A lot of Lex Friedman's conversations or a lot of his podcasts have been having to do with AI, and you know how fucking people are, you know, talking about Chat GPT or whatever you call it. So I was like, well, holy shit, you know, like look at this, perfect timing. This fucking book about creativity and AI, and Lex Friedman over here having people talking about how Chat GPT is gonna take over the world or whatever. Have you heard of Chat GPT?
Of course, yeah, it's pretty.
So explain it to me because I don't really understand what that even means.
Well, from what I understand, it's sort of a language, like prediction engine. It sort of uses like patterns. I think it analyzes like a bunch of conversations and a bunch of, I guess, literature and all kinds of stuff. Like it just analyzes a bunch of text, and like it starts making like connections of like how English, I guess, should sound like. That's what I've understood. But it obviously has like some program, a lot of like, for example, you try to ask it anything too controversial, it sort of does what I does. It sort of says, well, here's what some people think, but as an I can't really say for sure, or some stuff like that. Like especially with I guess, like you ask it, what's the meaning of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, it won't say anything. It'll just say like, this is what some people think, but I have no idea.
There's this book that I had to read for one of these classes that I took that had to do sort of with like the meaning of life, or not like, yeah, I guess like Man's Search for Meaning by fuck, what was his name? You know what?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, right. It's like one of those titles that you just fucking, oh hey, that sounds familiar. Like I'm pretty sure I've heard someone talk about it. Where is it? I know it's like somewhere here. I got my notes. See, I'm organized, Marcos. Fucking see. What the fuck is this shit?
I like that you write pretty big. My brother writes like all his notes are like tiny. Like I don't know how you can like.
I know what you mean. I used to do that actually. I used to write real tiny, but then I would always get complaints from like my teachers, and then I was like, you know what? I am writing pretty fucking tiny, because I thought tiny looked good, you know. But then I was like, you know what?
No, it's hard to read. Like it strains the eyes.
Viktor Frankl. There we go. Man's Search for Meaning. I read that fucking book for one of my classes, and he said, well, in his book, I guess he argued that you found meaning through suffering. And I was like, well, holy shit, okay. And I mean, he explains it way better than I can. But that's something that I took away from that class, that I was actually like, all right, you know, find meaning in suffering. All right, I guess these 4 o'clock in the morning trips to the gym aren't that bad, I guess. I am working towards something, getting that Jack Batman back. So yeah, I could do this. It's worth it. It sucks, but you know, I make it worth it. But back to Chat GPT. Am I saying that right?
Chat GPT. Yeah, I kind of have trouble saying it too. It feels kind of weird, but yeah, Chat GPT. Yeah, I heard that Elon Musk is thinking about making like humanoids with like sort of that similar AI technology in it.
Hasn't he been talking about that for years?
Like, well, I haven't heard much about it too much in the past. I'm just now hearing about it. Sort of like robot servants, like that people will have in their homes. So, if you're in the slave business, your days are numbered.
Have you ever seen that movie, Blade Runner? The one with Ryan Gosling?
The newest one?
Yeah.
Because there's the one that came out in the 80s, right? That was...
The more recent one with...
Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it
Have you
with
seen that?
Danny. It was
You
pretty
saw it
cool.
with Danny?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I think he fell asleep. It was kind of slow, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. You think they're gonna have people like that, like the girl Joy?
Well, you hear things like this all the time. Well, they have right now. The closest thing we have is what, like the sex dolls from Japan. Have you seen those like realistic?
I wasn't going that route.
That's what's gonna. That's the. There's gonna be a market for that.
There definitely is. I'm sure there is. I'm sure someone's already fucking. Oh no, I'm pretty sure they talked about this on Joe Rogan. What's her fucking name? Cummings. What's her name?
Whitney Cummings.
Yeah, Whitney Cummings. She was saying that apparently it might not even be her. That like the sex robot, not sex robots, the sex dolls, the sex dolls that like get the highest like requests are the ones that have like I guess like female breasts and then like a fucking dick.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
they like that. They like that lady boy shit.
Interesting.
What do you think about that?
Well, I guess there's a lot of. I guess it appeals. I guess there's a market for that. I can kind of see why, because I guess like,
Get
I'm
the
guessing
best
it's
of
not
both
just
worlds.
it's not just men. I'm guessing there's like also like women, like in the what do you call it? I guess in the porn industry that would like could use it. I don't know.
They're just fucking lying, trying to get people to buy that shit. There's an error in fucking manufacturing of them.
But you weren't really talking about dolls. You weren't trying to go in that direction.
No,
Did you
no,
mean
I
more
was-
like in like AI?
like AI companion type shit, kind more like that fucking movie, Her. I think that's what it was
I
called.
need to watch that one. Oh, I gotcha. Well, they have that already for sure, don't they?
That's what I was hearing. But they got like
Like
some,
like a little chat girlfriend, like AI
yeah,
girlfriend.
yeah, that like fucking people. I heard that there was like an update to that. I don't know, that AI or some shit, and that really pissed everyone off because they're like, "Oh, you changed my girlfriend" or some shit like that. Like it was a different personality or some shit. And I was like, God damn, dude, look at that. Like, how low do you gotta be to fucking consider getting companionship through fucking, AI or whatever?
Well, you'd be surprised. They're saying that I guess there's like more people are lonely now these days than like ever in the past. They say. I don't know how you figure that out, but that's what they say.
That's a good question. Probably just take
I'm
a
guessing
survey.
like marriage statistics and stuff. It's just like they're just going down the toilet. I think.
Why do you think that is, Marcos?
I think I'm not 100% sure. I definitely like. I've heard people say that. I would need to like. I guess. What's the word people say? Need a source. Why would I think it is? I don't know. I guess people. I think we're becoming more like egocentric, so it's sort of like that doesn't help that. Like everyone's sort of like more focused on themselves and like I guess like trying to start a family or something. I don't know.
I know you're a God-fearing man, Marcos. Do you think there should be more religion in our world? Whatever religion it is, as long as it takes you towards a path of, or takes you towards a path with God?
Well, ultimately, my worldview is sort of like, well, what is God, right? It's sort of some people call it the creator. Some people call it like reality. Like they say he's everywhere at once, so it's like sort of like existence itself. I don't worry too much about it these days as much. I feel like maybe a couple years ago, I would have been more like, yeah, we need more religion. I'm very, I guess, hands off, very laissez-faire. Ultimately, whatever this place is, whatever the true creator is obviously in charge, right? So it's in his hands. I don't worry about it too much.
I was having the same conversation with Van Dyke during the first episode, actually. He was telling me that he got more into religion, that he's been praying. I don't know if he's been going to church. I gotta ask him. I don't remember if he mentioned that. But I think I asked him, I was like, isn't praying almost like a kind of similar to the whole idea of manifestation? You know?
I've never been good at praying, but it's supposed to be you communicating with God. I mean, I guess different people pray in different ways. Like, there's some kind of prayer that's sort of more like ritualistic, where you're sort of like repeating phrases over and over. And then there's praying where you're like sort of more asking for something. So I guess it varies. Manifestation.
It's kind of like almost the same thing, though. You're kind of just
manifestation is sort of like, oh yeah, I can see what you mean by that. Yeah, like sort of like having a desire within you and like trying to like, I guess
bring it into reality or find
a
way to bring that to your life. Like, oh, please,
yeah, I guess
I need wealth, or like, oh, I need better health. Please.
Yeah, for that kind of praying where you're like asking for something.
Like, oh, please, Lord, bless me with better health.
Is it me or is it kind of stuffy in here?
I think it's you, Marcus. Here, drink some fucking Ghost.
Can we turn on the fan?
Yeah.
Or open a window?
There you go.
But I've never been into praying at all. Like, as much as I like believe that there is a God, as much as I believe, like, I've really sort of tried to, one thing about, I guess, Judaism or like Christianity, I guess, because they're sort of kind of related, there's the 10 Commandments, and then there's a second commandment which says, you shall not make an image or a graven image of God. And I think what that's trying to say is, like, don't try to decide for yourself what God is. Just let him show you what he is. It's sort of like idolatry. Like, you'll idolize something, some idea, and that's only going to hurt you, because it's like too limited, and it's not really what, you're just like a limited creature, so you have like no idea exactly what's like the best, what might feel like the best thing for you might not actually be the best thing for you. I don't know if that made sense at all, but I'm sort of rambling.
Now imagine if we were both very intoxicated trying to have that conversation.
Oh, dude, you should see me when I'm stoned. I just go on and on.
Speaking about stoned, you kind of touched on this earlier about those.
Not really in a good way. Like, when you're stoned, for some reason you think you're saying like the most profound shit, but then like you'll like, once you're like sober again, you'll think about it like, wait, that was fucking retarded.
I feel like that all the time when I talk. But you're talking about the entities, like the DMT entities, and then have you heard about? I mean, I'm sure you've heard about the elves, the mechanical elves or whatever with DMT. I'm sure you've heard about the old hag from sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
So, have you heard about Hatman?
Hatman?
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be in your dreams?
It's supposed to be
a dream figure.
It's supposed to be like some fucking entity or something that you encounter when you take, I want to say Benadryl, like when you like do a lot of Benadryl.
Oh, Hatman.
Yeah, Hatman.
Benadryl.
Yeah.
People fuck with Benadryl. I use that shit to sleep. That shit will knock you out. Like, you take 10 Benadryl and you're good for the night, man. But I only do that when it's like an emergency, or like when I really just need to go to sleep. Like, I haven't been sleeping like all week much, I'll take like 10 Benadryl and that shit will knock you out.
Well, I mean, now I guess there's like, I don't know if it's a challenge or whatever, but like,
Oh, I've heard of this. Haven't
yeah,
like people like really fucked them like their liver up? Like there's been like some people that went to the ER, you know?
I don't fucking know about that, but I have a knack for all this fucking paranormal shit at times. And they're saying that there's this entity called Hat Man that a lot of people that, fuck with Benadryl, they see this Hat Man. And I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. Like, there's always some sort of entity in every, like, realm. Like, the DMT realm, the fucking sleep paralysis realm, and now the Benadryl realm.
I think the trippiest of the entities are the jesters. And this is with a drug called Salvia divinorum. Have you heard of this drug?
No.
It's like the most trippy drug. Like, people... It's actually not pleasant at all. Like, you smoke this stuff and it transports you to hell for like 15 minutes.
Really?
People, and there's like people say a lot of common themes with that drug is a sensation of like becoming like inanimate objects, and then like these entities, like sometimes people call them the jesters, like sort of these things that like just mock you.
They flip you off and shit, or
I guess whatever they do.
yeah, that's so weird, right? Like, it's because, like, I can have a fucking dream, but what I see in my dream is gonna be different from what you see in your dream that night. Let's say you dream, you and I both have a dream tonight. My dream is gonna be different from your dream, most likely. But if we both fucking, I don't know, get sleep paralysis, and we experience that old hag shit, it would be the same thing.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's related to the Mandela effect. Like, people have a way of sort of thinking similar ways. Have a way of thinking in similar ways. So it's like, I guess, like patterns of the subconscious of the what do they call it? The the public subconscious, whatever they call it.
Well, I don't know what the fuck that is, Marcos, but I heard about this Hat Man. This Hat Man, Marcos.
Hat Man. What does he do? He takes your hat?
I don't know what he fucking does. It fucking seems like he's just a fucking creep. Just looks at you and shit. Like, I got my fucking graduation cap up there. Because I was like, where you at, Hat Man? Where you at, motherfucker? I'll fuck up a Hat Man. Right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was black?
Yeah.
Was the gown black too?
It was all black.
Black on black.
But, yeah, I was looking into the whole, like, Benadryl shit. Not that I'm gonna do it. Like, I've never even heard of Benadryl. It's so you can sleep?
It's supposed to be an allergy
reliever,
that's but it helps with sleep. It has whatever the main chemical is. It helps you. It makes you really drowsy.
Well, I'm already drowsy enough as it is. I don't need no chemical enhancement for that. But it was the first time, because it sounds like such a silly name too, like Hat Man. Like, old hag sounds like sinister. Like, oh fuck, I don't want to run into no old hag.
Old hag. It sounds funny.
Sounds sinister. What the fuck are you talking about?
Because it's hag, isn't like hag like just like an old woman.
Like a fucking witch. You think like a witch when you think of a hag.
Old hag.
Yeah, or at least that's what I fucking think. What, the fucking mechanical elf? That just sounds like what the fuck?
That sounds trippy.
Yeah. Like, I would want to see that. Like, what the fuck does that look like? But, like, Catman, that just sounds like a middle schooler came up with it. Like, oh, this guy's gonna fucking, eat your soul or whatever. I don't know what the fuck Catman does, but it doesn't seem...
Only one way to find out, I guess.
I mean, you have experience at Benadryl. Try it.
No, I think to, like, trip out on Benadryl, you need to take, like a more than... or like half a bottle's worth or something crazy. You have to take a lot of Benadryl.
Yeah, I think I heard like up to the 30s.
Fuck that.
I feel like it would upset your stomach if you took that much. I don't know how big these pills are. They're pills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel like that would upset your stomach. You'd probably...
Well, yeah, I've heard of people going to the ER having to get their stomachs pumped because that shit fucks up your liver or whatever it does. No, fuck that. But yeah, you do want one day I do want to experience not the Hat Man, but the mechanical elves sound more interesting to me. Like the way, have you ever heard of Terrence McKenna?
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy listening to him talk about like all kinds of shit, like all his experiences with psychedelics. I like the way he speaks. He doesn't really sort of, uh, he sort of has his flow and has a way of like describing things. But yeah, I think the mechanical elves, and there's like other entities too, just like he describes like these entities of just like they're like communicating with you telepathically and just like showing you shit, like showing you secrets of the universe, like in their hands and shit. Like I don't know, like.
So see, is that just like a fucking what do you call it? Like what, a chemical defect in the head because you're like filling your head with all these psychedelics or whatnot, or is that really like? Does this guy really think that there's some fucking little elf showing him like the secrets of the world, the secrets of the universe?
Terrence McKenna?
Yeah, or anyone that fucking talks about, oh man, I saw these elves and they showed me.
No, I think people that have experienced that definitely believe that it's like
it's not a hallucination. It's real.
There's some reality to it for sure. I mean, the brain is a trip. It's very we still don't really understand how it works. So,
will we be able to get AI to hallucinate like that or experience some type of psychedelic?
Well, that would mean we would have to like build them like similar brains to ours. I would imagine. I don't think we're quite there yet. But that's a pretty cool question. Is that maybe that's what is that what happens when like your computer crashes? It's just
don't fucking jinx it.
Your computer is hallucinating. It's getting its circuits fried. I don't know.
Well, Marcos, we're almost gonna hit 1 hour. You want to call it an episode here?
It's up to you. I'm not in a rush.
I'll transition with one of the other books that I had to read for this class, the creativity class. I don't know what you call it. They call it Interdisciplinary Studies 300. But there's this chapter from one of the books that we had to read. It was about like prodigies and shit. And one of these prodigies was Pablo Picasso. Am I saying his name right?
Picasso.
Yeah.
He was a prodigy?
Yeah, like a child prodigy that fucking, I guess, lived up to his potential. And one thing that I did not know about Pablo Picasso was that very early on, when he was like a kid, I think his like baby sister, if I remember correctly from the chapter, his baby sister was like battling some disease or some shit. And Pablo Picasso, they phrased it this way. They said that he tried to what they say, try to negotiate with the divine or bargain with the divine. There we go. By saying like, if you let my little sister live, like I'll quit painting, like I'll quit art or something like that.
Was that the negotiation?
Yeah, that was the deal, and his sister ended up passing away. And so like the I guess chapter really like made it seem like after that happened, like Pablo Picasso saw it as like, all right, fuck you then. You're gonna take my deal, then I'm gonna take over this fucking world of art and shit and just do shit that no one's ever seen before.
Interesting. I never knew he was a prodigy. I mean,
that's what the fucking book said. I don't know if that's true, but
because usually when I think of prodigy, I usually think like math or like piano or like music.
Be in it.
Usually don't think painting, but I guess there could be like a prodigy painter. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that stuck with me.
So that gave him power.
Yeah, like
sister dying, like gave
the sister dying kind of being the like what the catalyst that was like, okay, fuck you guys, then I'm gonna fucking tear this world apart with art. Then I like that. I was like, you've seen Peaky Blinders, right?
I saw the first episode.
What the fuck? I thought you seen the whole fucking series.
No, I have problems like getting through series for some reason.
God damn it, Marcus. I was gonna fucking tie everything out, but alright, you gotta fucking watch all the episodes by the next episode. Let's fucking end this shit here.
Alright.
Alright, thank you for coming on, Marcos.
Thank you.
We'll see you in the next episode, America.